Hi, everyone, and welcome to the 2020 Summer PopUps. I'm Sherry Lewin, and I'm the founder and president of Thrive Claremont, and we're happy to have you with us here today. Thrive Claremont is a 501c3 charitable nonprofit. Our mission is empowering teens to succeed, and we do that by providing opportunities for skill building, socialization, and leadership training. One of the opportunities is our Summer PopUps Series. This is our fourth year holding the series and our first year doing so virtually. So we hope you have a great time and we're glad you're with us. And so our board member tonight that's introducing our instructor is Josephine Eisenberg with JE Consulting. And she is a nonprofit consultant and she helps build programs and strategies for nonprofit organizations. And she volunteers her time with us. So thank you, Josephine.
Yes, of course. Hi, everybody. It's so good to see you guys here. So I'm going to introduce your instructor, Christine. She owns TheLab Hair Studio in Claremont, and she has a low-maintenance hair tutorial on Instagram called Dirty Girl Hair Tutorials. So it's at Dirty Girl Hair Tutorials on Instagram. She likes to refer to herself as the friendly neighborhood hairstylist. She is very friendly, by the way. Super cool girl. She's a mother of 3. I just got to see her baby girl, who's adorable. She's a former Thrive Claremont board member, and she graduated from East Ridge High in 2005. And we are so happy to have you, Christine, and happy to hear all the hair tips and tricks and feel beautiful at the end of this session. So welcome.
To answer your question from earlier that you put in the chat, actually, if you want to wear your hair curly or wavy naturally with kind of like that touchable feel to it, instead of getting that kind of crunchy texture that you get from gel, one of my favorite products to use is the Awapui Wild Ginger Hydro Cream Whip. And it actually comes up where most mousse or foam are very airy. The Hydro Cream Whip is more actually like a whipped cream. So it's a little denser. So it has more moisture for your curls. It kind of looks like this. This is in this same brand. It's Paul Mitchell, and it's the Awapui Wild Ginger brand. It's called Hydro Cream Whip. You'll absolutely love that for your curls. So you can just do a dollop will do ya, just like whipped cream or sour cream. And so then you can just kind of work that and scrunch it through your hair, let it dry on its own, and then you can give it a little shake if you like more volume, and then you're good to go. Yeah? You're welcome. All right, guys, so like she said, Christine, I own TheLab Hair Studio. My wonderful fiance is bringing me a drink right now. I forgot a water. Thank you. So I have, let me see, I've been in the industry for 15 years. So as you can imagine, I have a ton of tips and tricks in my head. Like Josephine said, I'm a mother of 3. I'm also a salon owner, so life can get pretty busy. So I like to keep my hair as low maintenance as possible, but I also know that if you look good, then you feel good. So I want to always look good, but I don't always have hours every single day to do my hair. So my goal is to help you guys to have kind of some easy, carefree styling, answer a lot of your questions, and really just try to make life a little bit easier for you, because you guys have attention to focus elsewhere. You've got friends, we've got navigating this crazy quarantine, we've got some people that are graduating from high school, jobs, everything else. You don't have a ton of time to dedicate to your hair, but I know you always want to look good. So I definitely want to hear from you guys what you're interested in, because I have so many tricks that I'd like to really narrow it down. So Dolly is asking, how can you help with your hair frizzing from the humidity? So that product that I was talking about to Josephine a little bit earlier, the Awapui Wild Ginger Hydro Cream Whip, something along those lines is definitely going to help fight against humidity, especially if you have any kind of wavy or curly texture to your hair. You're just going to be more dry naturally. So a really great conditioning shampoo and conditioner, and then a product that's along those lines will definitely help you fight humidity for sure. And then Chantel is asking, what kind of shampoo is best after you've been swimming in a chlorine pool, and where would you get it? This is a wonderful question, especially being in Florida. We can almost swim year round. Maybe we have 2 or 3 months If you're me and you're a Floridian and you're a huge sissy, you won't get in the pool unless it's 80 degrees, then maybe it's 4 months that you don't have. But spending a ton of time in the pool, this is a wonderful question. So Paul Mitchell makes 3 different detoxing shampoos or clarifying shampoos. There's shampoo 1, which is kind of your lowest level. It will pull a little bit of chlorine. This is if you're a light swimmer and you're just in the pool every now and then. If you're in the pool constantly, you might want to go with a shampoo 2 or a shampoo 3, also by Paul Mitchell. Really great products. You can use those right after you swim, but you do want to follow it up with another really conditioning shampoo and conditioner. You can also do, if after you wash your hair and it's dry, if you can still take your hair and sniff it and you smell chlorine, or if your hair has a green hue to it, then we recommend doing shampoo 2 and shampoo 3 together, which makes a shampoo 5. And it almost is like a shampoo treatment that will help pull more of that chlorine and those chemicals out of your hair, for sure. Also, you'll kind of notice if you've been swimming in the pool a lot, you'll get like a shiny texture to your hair, which you want shine, but you'll know the difference because it's more of like a sheen than a shine, if that makes any sense for you guys. Let me see, what else do we have? Emily, what's a good kind of product to get your hair to grow pretty quickly? I'll be honest with you, Emily, the best way to get your hair to grow, we all kind of know what's going on the inside of your body shows on the outside. So really the best way is to take your vitamins every day. Make sure you're doing something like Juice Plus. You're eating clean, you're eating healthy, plenty of fruits and veggies, you're drinking plenty of water, and really just kind of take care of your body. And then there are some vitamins like biotin that can really help to grow your hair. And then you definitely want to make sure you're getting trims at least every 10 weeks, because if you don't get the split ends off, if you don't cut them off, then they'll just continue to split up higher and higher up your hair strand until it breaks. So it'll feel like you're growing, trying so hard, but your hair is not getting any longer. Like sometimes with me, I feel like I'm getting roots here, like I need to color, but at the same time, I feel like I'm not getting length here. I know it's time for me to get a trim and help focus on maintaining and giving the hair that I already have some TLC so I can hang on to it longer. What's next? Janelle also wants to know what's the best conditioner to use to avoid damaged hair. I'm going to ask a little bit more on that. Is it damage from coloring, or is it damage from heat styling? And that's for Janelle. Heat styling. Okay, so that's actually fabulous. I have a wonderful product here that we can talk about, and actually there's a whole line that goes along with it. Also Paul Mitchell, it's called Neuro. So the product that I have with me today, this is actually the Protect. There's a whole line, so you can get this shampoo, there's a conditioner, there's also a blowout primer that you can put on when it's wet. There's a foam that goes along with it. It's called Lift, if you like to have some more volume. I definitely recommend this to anyone that's doing any kind of heat styling at all. I'm going to bring that a little closer. Neuro, it's in that really pretty, shiny kind of teal bottle here. And what you want to do with this is you're just going to kind of section out your hair a little bit, and say you're curling this, you just want to spray it first and then separate it and curl it. And this is going to help protect against that heat damage. And then Dolly is asking, my hair gets damaged from the sun. A really great thing to do, actually, if you're going to the beach, if you're going to the pool, number one, you want to make sure that you wet your hair first. Your hair is kind of like a sponge. So if you have a sponge and it's full of water, it doesn't have as much room to absorb more water or whatever it is you may be cleaning up. You want that sponge to be completely dry. So if your hair is totally dry and you go into a chlorine pool, just like a dry sponge, you have more room in your hair and within the cuticle to absorb more of that chlorine water or salt water. So if you can just use a little bit of fresh water to rinse your hair first before you get in, you won't be absorbing as much chlorine water or salt water. It's also really great to wear a hat when you're outside, especially if you have colored hair or if you have a tendency to get damaged in the sun. Another really great thing you're going to do if you're spending the day at the pool or if you're going out to the beach is to just put a little bit of coconut oil, like dampen your hair first, do a little bit of coconut oil through your ends. Either that or you can do a leave-in conditioner. The Tea Tree by Paul Mitchell, they have a lavender mint leave-in spray. It's a spray conditioner, and I really like that one. I use it for my daughter's hair. We'll get her hair just a little bit damp, you know, kind of squeeze it out, spray on that lavender mint leave-in conditioner, and then she's good to go. In the pool, rocking it out, and that really helps protect her locks a lot. What are the best products to use to maintain volume? My straight hair tends to become very flat due to humidity. Girl, you are preaching to the flat hair choir. A lot of people ask me, so this is just, me and Sherry were just discussing this before you guys joined in. Today was like hair wash day. So this is fresh hair for me, and this is actually just blown out. This is not with a smoothing iron or anything. This is what my hair does. And I'm super crazy about volume. I love it. I think just tease it to Jesus. The bigger the hair, the better. The bigger the hair, the smaller the hips. Like, there's just so many pros to it. So I have lots of tricks that I use to get volume. One of them that's really fun and something that's really popular right now is kind of like, you'll see this kind of curtain bang that's going on or happening. Sherry's rocking it a little bit right now, rocking it. So you'll see like this area right in here, lots of volume. You're seeing that lately. So I'm going to show you a little trick, and literally the only thing you need is a blow dryer. A round brush is nice, but if you don't have it, no biggie. And then a duckbill clip, like this guy right here, a little metal one is perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in my dryer. Welcome to my bathroom, by the way. This is where I get ready all the time. Probably the only summer pop-up with a toilet in it. If you guys can see, just my potty's going to make a debut. Okay, so you're just going to take your dryer, and then you just heat up your roots right here. Just heat it up a little bit. I'm going to do my beads numbers. So my roots right here in the front are still hot. They're still really hot. So where do I want that to part? Right about there. So now I'm going to take my clip, and I'm going to go in sideways. If you guys can see that, right in my part, and I'm going to let it pinch. You look like a little puppy dog for a minute. But we're just going to let that sit there, right there. And you can do this all the way back with your part. You can do it like back here, a little bit further if you want. You can do it up here. So we're just going to let that sit after it's been heated up. See, it's just pinched right in my part. This is a beautiful view, I'm sure. So anyway, so once it's cooled down, touch it. It's pretty cool enough. We're going to take it out. Boom. You got volume. Cool, guys? Yeah? Thumbs up. Cool trick. This is so hard. Okay. Getting thumbs up. Okay, awesome. A spray that I really enjoy to follow up with, going back to the humidity, is the Stay Strong. Everybody needs a good hairspray. I'm a firm believer in that. This one actually helps fight humidity. The Awapuni Wild Ginger is also another really great product that helps fight humidity as well. So then you can just give that a little bit of spray, take it up a little bit, and then that's going to help you battle the humidity a little bit. And you also have a little lift going on in there. Another thing that I like to do for volume, since my hair is super straight, is I crimp my roots. I kick it old school. Man, my crimping iron is one of my very favorites. So it's literally like, you can see the teeth in there. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but it's got like the little ridges in there. So this is crimping iron. So whenever you guys are going to iron style your hair in any way, I always recommend that you pre-section it. It's just a lot easier that way. You can work faster. Your arms won't get as tired. So when I do crimp my roots, I crimp everything underneath because I don't want to see where the crimp is. I want it to live just under here enough to like boost all of this up. So I'll show you my pre-section tip real quick, and then I'll just do a small piece so you can kind of get the idea of the effect that it can have. And I'll definitely get to that purple and blue hair question because, yo, vivid's our life. Fashion colors, my jam. And then also, is there a shampoo you would recommend that's gentle, sulfate, and touch free? I have slightly curly hair, but I've heard that harsher shampoos and conditioners can really pull the curl out. Chantel, that's 100% accurate. In your over-the-counter shampoos, their number one can be questionable bacteria, which is kind of disturbing to me because it's not created in a clean environment or a sterile environment. The other thing is with all of the, you can have such additives as the same things that are in floor wax. So it's really important for you to go with a professional product. The proof is in the pudding. If you look at me, if you look at my daughters, my guests, there's been a significant change going from over-the-counter shampoo to a professional product. With that being said, for curls, if you are kind of more prone to damage from outside chemicals, or you're kind of maybe a bit more sensitive, the Diva Curl products are amazing. It's all natural and botanical oils. It's like a no poo, so they have no sulfates whatsoever. It's also vegan, gluten-free, like you're pretty safe all the way across the board with the Diva Curl products, and they have multiple ones that you can try. They also have like the Diva Curl, like the curly girl method. I don't know quite as much about that. I do have some stylists that are kind of more educated in that area, so I can definitely get with you some more on that. But Diva Curl, and it's D-E-V-A Curl. I think I'm pretty much heated up. Okay, so I'm going to show you if I'm curling my hair, crimping my roots, blowing my hair dry, no matter what I'm doing to my hair. If I know I need to take it section by section, then I like to pre-section it. So wherever your part lives naturally, just grab it, and you're almost going to do like a little horseshoe shape when you reach the back. So just nice and rounded right here. Pull all those guys straight up. If your hair is long, then just, this is what I have a tendency to do, is just bump it and then bump it and then bump it. So you're almost just like folding it kind of like a ribbon a little bit, and then just give her a little clip. These are my favorite clips because they hold as much or as little hair as you need. It's called an alligator clip, and it has this little spring right in here. You can see that guy moving. So it's lots of hair or just a little hair. And these are really awesome. So we have that one horseshoe shape there in the back. This section where my part is, then we're gonna go one more right here, halfway down between where your ears are, like kind of in the temple area. And then we're gonna clip that guy up, and then we're gonna go right here behind your ears, and then clip this guy up as well. Get all of that out of your way. So now it's gonna be really easy for you guys to just drop it and rock and roll. That's what I like to call drop and roll. So once you have all of this done, then you can just start straight from the bottom and then just work your way up. So then as you go, you finish one section, you drop it down, work on the next one, drop it down, work on the next one. And then I'm going to show you guys what the crimp can do for your roots. So this is kind of typically where I part my hair. When it's clean like this, I have a tendency to play with it a lot. So I come a flipper, kind of flip back and forth. But I'm just going to take, so this is typically where I part, so I'm just going to take a little kind of skinny section of that because I don't want the crimping to actually show. So I'm going to clip that out of the way. And then I also don't want to do this section because if I pull my hair back, then I'm going to see it here too. So I'm going to leave that section out as well. So I'm going to take a little skinny section here. I've got my crimping iron rocking at like 400 degrees. We're going to give it just right at the root. I'm going to push it in, and I'm going to tap. You can kind of see what that does there. Now we're going to lift it over this way. And the reason I let it cool down, lift it up, is the same reason as the clip we put in here. If you let it dry high or let it cool down high, then you're going to get maximum volume out of that. It's the same thing like when you go in the salon, you get a really awesome blowout and you have all of this volume. It's because they can go straight out from your head. So same thing, tap, and then we're going to let it cool down this way. One more, please. And then the same thing, we're gonna let it cool down there. I'll do one more, and then I'm gonna bring it down and show you guys. And this is the perfect opportunity for me to tell you guys about another one of my favorite products. I don't know if you use a texture powder or not, especially for my gals that really love volume. This is Paul Mitchell Invisible Wear. It's called Pump Me Up, and it's one of my favorites. I use it almost every day. So while my hair is kind of cooling down and I have it at this point, I would go in with my texture powder and just give it a little poof right there at the root and kind of work it in a little bit. It's really all cooled down now. So we're going to bring it down. And now you guys can see, and typically I would do this all the way underneath, so I have much more height and volume, but you can see even here the difference between not being done and then this side done with the Pump Me Up and with crimping my roots. When I do crimp my roots, I can go almost 8 days without washing it if it's not summertime and I'm sweating like crazy. So that definitely helps as well. When you have that texture right next to the root, it's not as, the oils from your scalp can't absorb through your hair quite as fast. So that's what gives you a little bit longer time. What is a hair dye that you would recommend for brown hair to get purple or blue hair? This is a little bit more of a kind of tricky situation here. So if you have brown hair, depending how dark it is, if you were to put anything purple or blue over top of it, you would get something that's more of an oil slick look. If you want a really vibrant or a really bright purple or blue, you're gonna have to go blonde first. That is the only way to get those really intense pigments. But like I said, you can still get a beautiful kind of oil slick look if you're maybe like a light brown, or if you have some pieces that are maybe lightened from the sun a bit more. But if you're straight brunette and you put a purple or a blue over top, you'll get more of that kind of muted oil slick look than that really bright, kind of vibrant, vivid fashion color that you're looking for. And then Chantel, is there a shampoo you would recommend that's gentle? So, all right, we already did that one. And then how do you curl your hair if it were short so that it does not look like a poodle? Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is a really great question. And I have some gals that are maybe wearing like a lob. So their hair isn't super long, but it's long enough to curl. But if they curl it, then it looks like it's just way too short. So let me go ahead and reset myself here, and I will tell you why. Depending on, pardon me. Depending on what size curling iron you use, if you curl your hair too much, you could subtract length by almost half, depending on how short your hair is. So really the trick is with your length to just give it a bend and not really curl it all the way. So you're almost kind of creating an illusion, if you will. So you're that very length that you have, if you want to curl your hair, but you still want it to look as long as possible, then in this very bottom section here and here, you want to make sure that you're just giving it a little bend. And even, are you using, let me ask you this, are you using a curling iron like this, or are you using a spring-loaded curling iron like this? That's for Dahlia, is my question. If you're using a spring-loaded or if you're using like a wand.
Someone unable to chat, but I don't use a curling iron. I use curlers.
Oh, you use curlers. Okay. So you use like Velcro rollers usually?
I don't know what that is, but I use like the kind that you wrap your hair around and then you leave it overnight.
So you use like a clip, like maybe a roller clip or a duckbill clip like this?
Yeah.
Okay. I would try to get either bigger rollers, or when you wrap it on the bottom, wrap it so that your hair is spaced out a little bit more instead of being real close together. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sweet.